Alright, what is up? Good evening for the Hyperbolic late night talks. The Hyperbolic talks right here out of South Africa. I just finished a bit of posture and you gotta keep those gains up, guys. Ain't no excuses, home workouts, there's stuff to do, you can keep yourself busy. So no more weak-hearted excuses in that regard. Let's get mind, body, and spirit ready. But some things I wanted to talk to you about tonight is not only about physical exercise and health and economics and financial stuff currently happening around the world. I also want to mention, if you haven't already, make sure to check out the video that is currently being uploaded. I share the screen right here. Alright, and the pandemic toolkit, where I talk about really what you can do to upgrade your habits and your life and ultimately your immune system. And then you don't have to be afraid of any kind of virus, and don't sit at home, shit your pants, and waste tons of toilet paper because you're fearful. So now is the time to evolve and step up the game and look at the broader picture. And I was just looking at some recent news and about changes. I mean, the financial structure is changing, and I was fortunate enough to look into blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies way earlier. I mean, there's always a curse and a blessing in something, and I lost a lot of money. I also fall into scams and stuff, but we learn from failure, and that's how we can grow. So we must face the obstacles with no more weak-hearted excuses, and do the best what we can, just do what we can, and look at what's actually happening. Trump is printing trillions for, all of that stuff is a button, numbers appear. So we must soon realize that all of this monopoly and chess game of the big banks, corporations, all this stuff that people called so-called conspiracies, and nobody wanted to think about it, but deep within they knew it might all be true. And I don't want to go too deep in all of that, but just cut it a bit right here, because all of this stimulus stuff is not working. The stocks are tanking, they're bailing out the rich, and socialism for the poor, and loads of financial changes ahead, and good to educate before stuff happens so we can brace ourselves. And I just want to share my perspective across the globe. I speak a couple of different languages, so I have insight in different countries, and I just try to, not just look at one side, but also get a macro perspective and share that with you. And I'm really looking forward to some talks with deep insiders from blockchain industry, being there from the beginning, way earlier than I have, so they know what's happening. And if you look around the world, I mean, stuff is changing, and the virus has its how can I call it, function, and it's more about creating fear and distraction, in my honest opinion, because this guy now from Hungary, he's the new Adolf Hitler, basically. He's now in full control of power of the country. Just one guy can do whatever he wants. We've been thrown back hundreds of years of stuff. We haven't evolved anyhow, and it's sad to see how easy sensational news and invincible new terrorists created. Like, you don't even need a face anymore. Now you can call it COVID, whatever. I hope this is not going to be taken down, because I can see a lot of restrictions happening in the internet if you speak against circumstances that the banks really don't like, but they also have to face. Because if you look, for example, French central banks pushes adoption of blockchain, and like 2-3 years ago, everybody would have just said it's a scam and Bitcoin and all that stuff. There's nothing, but now they themselves need to look into it, because we're moving into a digital age, guys, and there's no way around it. We will be heading into an information age, away from all of that crap that we've been programmed. It's not good. We have to, how can I say, we have to take some other perspectives too. Most importantly, look also to the side, not only be stuck on one thing. And it's a great opportunity for a lot of people that are into blockchain technology or can transfer the skills to remote work. And Korea is adopting crypto services, so there's a lot of happening in this. There's a lot of stuff happening in space, and the European Central Bank even needs to create a digital euro, and they're also involved with cryptocurrencies. It's everywhere happening. Australia, we must. Italy, even Italy. I mean, sadly, really, I'm sorry for the people that lost anybody during the past weeks, but we have to face the situation that we must inevitably all change ourselves if we really want to survive through all of this and not be dependent in the future. Because I really foresee loads of changes happening, and I just want to share a snippet of an interesting channel, and definitely follow. And he has great guests from around the world representing their views on the current situation, and especially directed towards the guys that have already health issues. If you don't now take the opportunity to really change and improve your life, get better out of this, then you're gonna get worse out of this, because that's not the last virus you ever encounter in your life. They just don't just disappear. And I do feel it's not the right way to run away from things, and it's the right way to face things and expose what's not the truth. And I like this little snippet here I want to share. And with that, basically, I want to end the video and just show you one or two more things. And let me know what you think about it, if you have heard of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and if you are considering to maybe save some of your assets or some of your wealth and put it into something that is definitely scarce, like Bitcoin. There's only a limited supply, and you can't fake stuff, and you don't need tons of resources to transport anywhere. Imagine transporting like tons of gold from A to B, and most of the gold you don't even get. You just get a piece of paper. It will be the same game again with that stupid paper money we've been enslaved with. It's like debt. It's debt. It's not real money even. It's just toilet paper. There's an irony in all of that somehow. So the printing machine currently is just doing. Trump is printing to infinity and oblivion, and not only Trump, all banks, all central banks around the world. And let's go to the snippet. It's gonna load. The YouTube doesn't allow me to do anything recently. I've been locked since I started talking about lockdowns and all of that stuff. So let's see how it works. If it really doesn't, Mm. I actually should, but human quality cannot go high.
America, Trump and advisors, Boris Johnson are going to say the virus spreads exponentially. It's drastic action now. That's what they say. It's have to shut everything down so it doesn't grow. 1,000x in the next 40 years, which can't happen with virus. It can't happen with COVID. That's true, right? Just don't go do that. What I keep coming back to is the effects on the health of the overwhelming vast majority, which have immune systems that just basically type of society. And it's this small group of elderly people who, for reasons I've described, have weakened immune systems. And those who have other health conditions and therefore weakened immune systems, they're the ones in danger. So if you focus everything on them, and if necessary, isolate them and focus your resources on them so no one goes hungry and no one is in need. But the rest of the population, 80%, very mild symptoms or no symptoms, others with moderate symptoms. Well, are we going to destroy the world economic system by saying that those people also have to isolate and not go to work? For me, that's crazy. Focus on those who are in danger. Throw everything at them. Cocoon them if necessary. But cocoon them with fairness and with compassion and with total support. The rest of the population, I got exactly the same symptoms, I repeat, before Christmas. But I carried on working. Weren't pleasant for 2 or 3 days, coughed some stuff up and all that. But you get on with it. And this is happening to people all the time. I'll give you an analogy, Brian. Years ago, you might remember, we used to have a thing called weather. And weather used to change, and there used to be storms, and there used to be, strong weather situations. And we used to call it weather. Now, every time that happens, as it's always happened, now it's climate change. We're all gonna die. And what we have now is the coronavirus version of that. Everything is coronavirus. We don't even know if so many people have been logged as having had it, actually have it. When you're testing, like I said earlier, on symptoms, well, these symptoms are true of many different things. Who says this person's got it or this person hasn't got it? We don't. No, the point is they're not dying from it. They're not even, most of them, being affected more than very mild symptoms. So why are we locking them away and bringing down the world economic system and destroying people's businesses, livelihoods, ability to pay the rent? Why are we doing that and not just focusing totally on those who could have a serious problem because of their immune system deficiency?
So yeah, that's basically it for that part. I do believe it's not the right thing to scare the masses that are weak and weakened by crappy food that should actually be banned and illegal and not permitted. But as you can see, the leaders, politicians and big companies, they don't really care about health, and pharma neither does, and we have to face the truth. It is just as I say, and most of the doctors, they are not real doctors. There are a lot of exceptions, but I don't want to go into that topic. It's really more about taking responsibility, learning and growing, and flipping the script, turning negative to positive. one thing I can recommend everybody that uses Chrome is to try Brave, which is an amazing browser. It has all the benefits of Chrome and Chromium, without the negatives of they collecting your activity and data and selling it to others, and you have nothing from it. So they reverse it, you take control back, and you can earn BAT tokens for attention, for seeing advertisements. You get appreciated with, and you get donated with Brave rewards, basic attention token, also cryptocurrency based, and you can just donate it to a content creator or keep it for yourself and transfer it into any currency you desire, any cryptocurrency you desire, or even cash it out in fiat money, which is evaluating sooner than later. So yeah, let's educate ourselves. And I found just a recent great app. It's on crypto.com. That's what I currently use and utilize on my own. And there are all the links you need that I also use. There are probably way more platforms, but I just keep it basic and simple currently. I want to also grow within all of this period. But crypto.com is a great website. You should definitely check out. Maybe I'll get this. Check out the app. I'm already signed, whatever. So crypto.com, and with that being said, I want to get actually out of here. Have a shower. Good night. Until the next Hyperbolic talk. Every day a little bit new is happening. I'm going to share what I hear. If it helps somebody, drop a like, comment what we're going to talk about. And I'm all about, health, wealth, and there's mind, body, and spirit, and gratitude for all of you tuning in, listening to me at the late night. Raw spirit talk. And that being said, good night and sleep tight.